yet turn now to the UK, where services activity fell more than expected in August, increasing the possibility that the country is slipping into recession amid slowdowns in manufacturing and construction. The Services Purchasing Managers Index compiled by IHS Markit dropped to 50.6 in August from 51.4 in July, and that, of course, is below economists' expectations of 51.0. Let's speak with Juliana Olayinka from our London studios for more details. Hello, Juliana. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. The Services Purchasing Managers Index came in today, and it's not too impressive. What does that say about the UK economy?
Well, it certainly shows that we're not in a good state at the moment. It's really capping off a week of bad PMI readings. As you said, it's fallen short, the service reading today, to 50.6. Analysts had predicted it would be around that 51 mark, bearing in mind that 50 is really the kind of benchmark that people look at to see whether or not you're falling into a recession. And chief economists who are kind of wrapping up all this data are saying that really this is the worst reading we've had in about 11 years. Of course, we still have about a month left, 4 weeks until we can see what this quarter, this third quarter, is likely to be. But considering now just how closely the markets are looking at what's happening politically, it seems as if we're going from bad to worse. Are we in a recession? Not technically, but it looks like the UK is soon heading there.
Our government plans to maintain the RPI measure of inflation until at least 2025. Tell us about this RPI measure and how this can help businesses plan better in the face of Brexit.
Well, this is an interesting story, actually. The Retail Price Index Inflation, or RPI, as we've said, is really a measure, a figure and some data that businesses and some big businesses, including lots of train lines, use to set their prices. It's government-backed, government-funded, and the UK Statistics Agency have written to the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Sajid Javid, basically saying that it's inaccurate. It has faced several critiques and criticisms over the past few years, and they're basically saying if the government continue to use this data to set their prices, then customers are being unfairly charged. Sajid Javid rejected calls to review it, although he did say in 2025, which is several years away, the government could be looking into this. One of the reasons why he said he didn't want to do it is because RPI is embedded too much into the economy. One example, for example, is the train line. Trains in the UK, a big deal. Every year, you know, the train fares rise and the customers complain. They recently, by going through this RPI data, said that they'll be increasing train fares by 2.8%. But some other data, which follows inflation, says it should only be increased by 2%. So there have been a lot of, backlash against Sajid Javid, saying he won't be reviewing it. But he said 2025. So, of course, it's a long time that we'll have to wait and see what happens.
All right, we'll wait indeed. Now, Juliana, tell us how the pound and the equities are holding up the latest developments in Brexit talk.
Well, let's look specifically at those numbers then, Bissy. The FTSE All-Share is up by 0.37%. The FTSE 100 is up by 0.33%. And the FTSE 250 is up by 0.55%. In currencies, the pound is up by an entire 1% against the dollar, up 0.6% against the euro, and up 1.25% against the Japanese yen. So we'll see if there's a general election called today and how those numbers will change in the morning.
Fingers crossed, Juliana. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Bissy.